My best friend's little sister is the ultimate forbidden fruit. I'm the bad boy. She's the good girl. I've fought for survival all my life. My best friend and I have built an empire with our fists, sweat, and blood. There's nothing I won't do to protect her, no matter the sacrifice, even my own heart. I should know better than to want her. She's got big dreams that don't involve me. I need to set her free so she can escape our small town. Not just for her sake. If her brother finds out about us, it's more than my heart that could be broken. But one kiss from her soft lips, I know I'll never let her go. Decker Brooks is hockey's bad boy. When his off-ice antics lead to on-ice trouble, the Chicago Grinders give Decker an ultimatum: stay out of trouble in the off-season or he's off the team. So he decides to spend the summer in his tiny hometown, laying low and hanging with his childhood best friend Archer. But then one bar fight and a community service sentence turn his summer and his hockey career upside down. Grace has always hated her big brother's best friend. Decker was a menace when she was a kid, and if the tabloids are to be believed, he's a menace now. Unfortunately, he's the menace who's just been assigned to complete his community service at the library where Grace runs the children's programming. It doesn't take long for their reluctant partnership to turn into a no-strings-attached fling. But as the summer heats up, it's getting harder to keep their growing feelings on ice. Unfortunately, the clock is ticking down on their relationship, and Grace and Decker will have to decide what and who matters most. Rule number 1 at the new: don't touch the boss's daughter. Or in this case, me, his granddaughter. With his dark eyes, tattooed arms, and shoulders for days, Michael Scaroni shouldn't be looking at me at all. And I definitely shouldn't be looking back. The sad truth was, we couldn't be more wrong for each other. Him, a mechanic just out on parole. Me, an innocent student with her whole future ahead of her. But somehow, I can't stay away. There's a secret lurking under Michael's rough exterior. He's a diamond in the rough I want to make shine. Apparently opposites really do attract, right before they combust. I want to steal this bad boy's heart the moment we meet. But now it looks like he's already stolen mine. It'll either be a romance fit for a fairy tale, or a royal disaster. Someday, Emmy Walker will open her own service dog training facility. Today, however, she can barely pay the bills. So, she'll take whatever work she can get, even handling the world's most pampered pooch. But falling for the dog's bad boy owner is entirely out of the question. Or so she keeps reminding herself. Prince Dorian Tennisley needs immediate PR damage control. With the press hounding him and nasty rumors swirling, a goodwill tour is his only option. The last thing he should do is start up a forbidden romance with his dog's lovely new handler. And yet, keeping his mind off Emmy remains completely out of his control. Is happily ever after even possible for a pair of polar opposites who found love in a most royally unexpected way? Emmy and Dorian are about to find out. Ember Solis is a sweet girl from a not-so-innocent world. When it comes time for her to venture out to the real world, to the college of her dreams, Ember is released from the shelter of her home, straight into bad boy and sworn enemy, Ash Ortiz's addictive spell. Ash teaches Ember everything he knows, but soon, the student becomes the master. Ember emerges from the depths of her inexperience to discover she is stronger than she seems. But there is a bigger price to pay for loving Ash, and the way that Ember views her past, her present and her future will never be the same. She realizes the entire world she once called home is there to drive her and Ash farther apart. What was once shrouded in light is now rooted in the dark. Confronted with the most critical decision of her life, Ember must choose between her family and Ash. But what price will their lives bear as a consequence of her choice? 12 years ago, when he was just 18 and dreaming of a future with his high school sweetheart, Colin Creed learned something about himself. Something so disturbing he left Disciple to join the Marines and didn't once look back. But all that came to a screeching halt with the congressional hearings, forcing Colin to return home and rebuild his Black Ops empire brick by brick. Loing McBride's heart broke when Colin shut her out and left town without an explanation, just as they were getting ready to start their adult lives together. The death of her mother the following year was a make-or-break moment, and Loing rose to the occasion, giving up her university education to parent her younger sister while building an empire of her own as a specialty antiques dealer. Anger and desire, guilt and shame, the return of the enigmatic Colin Creed ignites the town and sparks an explosion of emotions inside Lowing. But he's not the only one with a secret in his past. I've been scared of my own shadow for years, but Weston says I'm his sunshine. I made the mistake of telling my best friend I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone. I was thinking something along the lines of trying a caramel latte instead of a vanilla one, but my BFF convinced me to try out for the community theatre play. When I show up, I see Weston Cooper Hayes, movie star, millionaire, and winner of Sexiest Man Alive 2 years in a row. His eyes locked on mine the moment I stepped on stage, and he hasn't let me out of his sights since. Weston says he'll protect me, even though he doesn't know what I'm afraid of. He keeps surprising me with his sweet words and gentle touches, but I'm not sure I can trust the bad boy of Hollywood with my fragile heart. Armon Oshnoff was a billionaire living the dream. After a rough start in life, Armon's now at the top of his game. Successful, famous, dangerous, he's an enigma to many. Women want him, men want to be him. But he only wants Novya Mer. She, however, resists him at every turn. Convincing her to be with him is hard, getting her to accept that she likes him harder. Armon is tough, but beneath his bad boy veneer is a man yearning for affection from the one woman who is slowly becoming the center of his world. Haunted by her past, Novya Mer has vowed never to fall in love, especially not with someone like Armon Oshnoff. He was a complication she did not see coming. He is all things bad, too good-looking, too rich, too arrogant and a playboy. Men like him couldn't be trusted. She didn't like him, yet she has the hots for him. Their attraction runs wild, and soon her life spins deliriously out of control. Their passion blazes hot behind closed doors and in secret. However, accepting this bad boy in the open is another story. When a shadow from Armon's past emerges, the stakes become higher and the game becomes deadlier. In this situation, will falling in love be the most dangerous move of all? When art prodigy Avery Masters graduated high school in the top 3 of her class, she expected to celebrate, not for her mum to up and leave. She also didn't expect living alone to bite so hard. Nor that she'd fall for the first charismatic bad boy to smirk her way. But it all happened, and dumb mistakes were made. Now her freedom is in jeopardy, and her adult life will start with the worst date imaginable, one in court. Q. Cole Benedict. Successful and hot lawyer extraordinaire. Hell knows why he wants to help Avery or what he sees in an anxious mess like her. But Cole does see Avery. All of her. And beneath his crisp designer shirt might lie a genuine heart. If he's not too good to be true. If she can mind her language. If they can stop their painful pasts from poisoning their future. 6 months after her husband died in a car crash, Mina Drake is still mired in a haze of grief. Reminders of her years with Michael are everywhere, but beneath her heartache lies an even more painful emotion. It's a guilty suspicion she can hardly admit to anyone, even herself, that her marriage was over long before Michael's accident. They were good together once, she's sure of it, sharing a connection so deep that Mina can't understand how it unraveled. That is, until a chance discovery in her husband's office and the reappearance of Michael's estranged brother, Grayson, a notorious bad boy photographer, awakens her to possible answers. More shocking still is the pull Mina feels to tattooed, scarred Grayson, who's nothing at all like the man she married. But as feelings stir to life again, so do secrets, changing everything she thought she knew about her marriage, and about the risks and rewards of loving with no limits.